BMW brought us down here to Palm Springs to experience their new 7 Series. But this isn't just any ordinary 7 Series. This is the M760i, the first time BMW's M division has tuned the 7 Series.
It's a given that any 7 Series will be luxurious and spacious and with enough tech to launch a nuclear strike. But could the M division really turn this 2-ton luxo-barge into a sports sedan worthy of the revered M badge?
BMW wanted to prove that it is, so we're here at the Thermal Club to push the car to its very limits on the track.
After launching an all-new 7 Series last year with 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, and even a hybrid powertrain, this year it's time to break out the big gun, starting with this M-tuned twin-turbo 12-cylinder monster. It makes an even 600 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, and with xDrive all-wheel drive, that's enough to launch it to 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds. But anyone can stuff enough power into a big car and make it launch fast. What BMW and M have become famous for is how their cars behave on winding roads and racetracks. Although it's a hefty vehicle, its carbon core construction minimizes weight up top with the use of layered aluminum and carbon fiber in the pillars and roof so that the car's weight is lower, benefiting handling. Unfortunately, despite being largely aluminum, the V12 engine up front pushes the weight distribution to 54 front, 46 rear, when you would normally want an even 50-50 or slight rear bias. To overcome all the weight, BMW employs something called active roll stabilization, plus rear-biased xDrive, rear-wheel steering, lightweight 20-inch wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport rubber, and massive 19-inch brakes. Basically, all the tricks in their playbook. While there is no escaping the physics of trying to change directions in a car weighing over 2 tons with teeny tiny little rubber contact patches, it all comes together to create a car that handles far better than it has any right to. Dialed into sport mode, the steering is crisp and quick to turn in, and firm through the long sweeping corners here at Thermal. The body gradually leans away from corners the more aggressively you turn in, the tires scrabbling for grip as the all-wheel drive shuttles torque front to back. One notable absence in the M760's bag of tricks is torque vector. Rear-wheel steering and the rear bias of the all-wheel drive help launch the car out of turns with a roaring explosion of combustion. Even in tight slalom sections, the M760i changes direction smartly and builds impressive speed before body roll and screeching tires signal its limits. The 8-speed transmission is silky smooth in comfort mode out on the roads, but in sport mode, it fires off shifts before you even suspect you might be in the wrong gear. So yes, it's an almost surreal car to drive on the track, technology overcoming that much mass, but despite all its capabilities on track, it is a road car first, and that is where the range of its abilities shine. From serene, self-driving highway cruiser to blasting up and down mountain roads, the only limits are your good sense. Autobahn cruising speeds would be child's play, but even in tight, winding roads, the rear-wheel steering and all-wheel drive own the corners and you are unlikely to find the space to reach its limits. But chances are, the 7 Series, even in this M performance model, will spend most of its time on highways and city streets. On the highway, it is quiet and stable, adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist helping to share the workload of small steering corrections and constant throttle and braking adjustments. And the long-range sensors work well to ease off speed as you approach slower traffic. It can also adjust speed to local limits based on traffic sign recognition. The seats are adjustable in so many ways, with heating, cooling, and massage in addition to being supportive and comfortable. The back seats can be similarly configured, with a flip-down footrest and acres of legroom. To pass away the time in the back seat, headrest-mounted screens offer entertainment options and various iDrive functions, controllable by touch or a handheld remote. The front row iDrive system is also touchscreen operated, or you can use the knob for scrolling and selecting with a little pad for handwritten input on the top. One of the novelties introduced in the 7 Series is gesture control, with cameras detecting certain specific gestures, a swirling finger to raise or lower audio volume, swiping hand to accept a phone call, and a 2-finger poke that can be set to a variety of different functions, like changing radio station or activating route guidance to home. Even the fob for the 7 Series is pushing the tech envelope, with a little screen the size of an iWatch to control locking and lights, and even warming the car up before you get into it. Navigation is aided by real-time traffic information that will help determine the fastest route based on traffic conditions. Route guidance prompts aren't limited to the dashtop screen though, but rendered in great detail in the expanded full-color head-up display. There is no question that the 7 Series is already an impressive accomplishment that reflects BMW's dedication to both luxurious accommodation, technological advancement, and its roots as a driver's car.
But this M760i is a pinnacle of the brand and brings a special character to this segment.
No, it doesn't handle like an M4 on the track, feel as responsive or visceral as an old M3, or carve up a canyon road like an M2, but it's not meant to be a full M car.
What it does deliver is uncompromised, state-of-the-art luxury with a spectacular soundtrack from that big, burbling V12, and the kind of everyday performance that BMW is offering with its M Performance brand.